King Jesus, King Jesus. Okay. Hey, I wanted to talk about how the unpatriotic Jew mainstream media, best exemplified by the New York Times, is attacking the president viciously because he has not pledged to go to war for the Jews against Syria. Instead, the president wants to go to war against the terrorist organizations that the Jews have put together under the name of ISIS, the Israeli Secret Intelligence Service, or ISIL, which is Israel. So the president has pledged that he is going to destroy Israel's secret terrorist groups after he done killed the leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. So now they're angry with the president. This Jew, Michael Calderon, wrote in the New York Times following. He says that President Barack Obama is the fourth U.S. president in a row to drop bombs in Iraq, vowed Wednesday to destroy Islamic State militants there and in Syria, a country mired in a 3-year-long civil war. Notice he uses the phrase now Islamic State. He don't want to use ISIS because everybody knows now that that stands for the Israeli Secret Intelligence Services, and he don't want to use ISIL because it's pronounced Israel. So they're got a concerted effort here to force the United States to go to war with Syria for them. It says under Obama's new strategy, the U.S. would strengthen the Syrian opposition currently fighting both President Bashar Assad's forces and the Islamic State, while also working with the international coalition against the militants. Obama stressed the urgency of fighting the Islamic State, or ISIS, by noting 16 times that the extremist group presents a threat to U.S. or regional allies. Again here, he's putting words in the president's mouth because the president did not talk about fighting both President Bashar al-Assad's forces. The president never said that, but they're putting it in his mouth because that's what they want him to do, and they're trying to telegraph to him that this is what he must do. It says, in scanning the New York Times front page in the 2 days since, a counter-narrative can be found. Well, he's writing in the New York Times, of course. The U.S. doesn't need to act immediately to confront the Islamic State, and both America's Middle East allies and the Syrian opposition appear unwilling to or unprepared to fight the militants on the ground. The Times' recent coverage of yet another U.S. military intervention in the Middle East has been markedly skeptical and a far cry from its prejudice reporting leading up to the Iraqi war, a journalistic breakdown that has haunted the paper and the U.S. media more broadly for more than a decade. Yeah, they wrote in support of attacking Iraq when there was no weapons of mass destruction, and they knew it. So that they could get the United States, they could help Bush get the United States involved in a war to fight for the Israelis, so that the Israelis can take over more territory and grow. It says Carolyn Ryan, the Times Washington bureau chief, said in an email to the Huffington Post that many of us were not here in the bureau during the build-up to the Iraqi war. So they're trying to say they have a new group of them who's pushing the United States to fight Syria now. You know, It's not the same ones they saying that lied about Iraq, and they're not lying about Syria, which they are. But we have been struck not only by the escalating rhetoric from administration and outside analysts about ISIS, but also by the absence of a public debate about this mission, Ryan said. Taking the country to war is among the most consequential decisions a president can make, but there can no robust congressional debate about the wisdom of this path and very little public debate more generally. So they don't want Obama to destroy ISIS, the Israeli secret intelligence service. So they're trying to block him from destroying the ISIS or ISIl. That skepticism is welcome amid what has been a general media frenzy over the Islamic State. For several weeks, elected officials and commentators have stressed the urgency of the threat on Sunday talk shows and cable news programs, even as the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security and the National Counterintelligence Center have said there's no imminent threat of the attack on U.S. soil. On Wednesday night, the Times challenged the perceived severity of the threat in an article that also ran on the front page of Thursday's paper. Some officials and terrorism experts believe that the actual danger posed by ISIS has been distorted in hours of television punditry and alarmist statements by politicians, the Times reported, and that there has been little substantive public debate about the unintended consequences of expanding American military action in the Middle East. So they don't want them to destroy Israeli secret intelligence service now. Now they're trying to block the president as he has actually pledged to destroy the Israeli secret intelligence service. And they don't want him to do it. Daniel Benjamin, another Jew and top former counterterrorism advisor, they claim under Obama, but he was there with Bush, told the Times that the public debate has been a farce, with top administration officials and military officers describing the threat in lurid terms that are not justified. Well, they're the ones who put him on TV cutting off people's heads. Ryan said that the story sought to examine Obama's rationale and rhetoric. It pointed out that ISIS is less of a concern for some American counterterrorism officials than Al-Qaeda and its affiliates because at this point, ISIS lacks the capacity to attack the United States. Now they're saying that they can't attack the United States. The whole time they've been saying that they're going to attack the United States. But now they want to say, the New York Times, the Jew newspaper, want to say that they can't attack the United States, so don't bomb them. But Obama gonna bomb them. He done pledged to destroy them. Y'all ain't gonna stop him. He gonna destroy them. The coverage, he added, is not a substitute for the broader public debate, but the reporters here are determined to truth squad the administration's claim. The administration ain't make no claims. It's just said he claimed he gonna destroy him. That's the only claim he made. He gonna destroy him. Friday's Times led with a report on regional allies offering only tepid support for Obama's plan. Now he got 40 countries that's gonna help him. The story included contributions from several reporters in the region, including one from Rafah, Syria, the de facto capital of the Islamic State. They keep calling it the Islamic State because they don't want the word ISIS, intelligence, Israeli secret intelligence service used, and they don't want to use the word ISIl, ISIL. So now the media, the Jew mainstream media, is trying to direct you what words to use and what to think of, because the cat is out the bag. This Jewish shield, Joe Scarborough, former Republican congressman and current co-host of the Jewish MSNBC's Morning Joe, held up the Times print edition on the air Friday and pointed at the headline, said the lack of Arab support makes a lot of us angry. Why? The president is gonna get the terrorists. Also on Friday, the Times ran a front page story questioning the military readiness of the Syrian opposition to end a fight against the Islamic State last month. Obama had dismissed the fantasy of arming those Syrian rebels, but his new strategy treats them as a key component of the effort to defeat the Islamic State. Now, just to show you, just to show you that Obama's doing the right thing by just bombing them out of existence and not trying to give weapons to any of them. The Jews over there fighting as terrorists now. The ISIS, the Israeli Secret Intelligence Service, they done made a deal now with the so-called moderate terrorists that was fighting Assad. So now they're all on the same side. So Obama could just bomb them all. Bomb all the terrorists out of existence. So that's basically what I want to go over and let you know that your mainstream media, the Jewish-owned media, is against the president. They want you to send your sons and daughters to go fight for some Jews so that they could get rich off their dead bodies. That's what they want. They want your sons and daughters to go fight and take over the Arab land to get the oil to sell back to you on your dead child's body. So now they mad at Obama because he's gonna solve the problem by getting rid of the threat. This is crazy.